Today, we move away from the pace freelance offense, so out with the old and in with the new. We're going to be moving on to the flow freelance offense, and essentially the flow offense is bully ball. This freelance system favors skilled bigs, so a more big lineup. It's a 3-2 spacing, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a big. If you got a playmaking forward like Draymond, you can fit into both. But in the end, your power forward will thrive in this offense. So players like Anthony Davis, Draymond Green, Blake Griffin will kill it in this freelance. So please add a like if you enjoyed this type of tutorial, so you can let me know, so I'll make more of what you guys like to see. And without further delay, let's get right into this. So first of all, obviously go to your freelance set. It's around page 4 to the right, so you can set up on flow and make sure you have it on motion cuts. Alright, motion cuts. And when you're in this, no middle pick and rolls. The spacing of this freelance does not allow middle pick and rolls to be too efficient. You'll end up getting maybe like just some challenge mid-range shots, so you don't want that. And the roll is mostly taken away because of the spacing of the power forward. So what you want to do is you want to run manual side pick and fades that lead to easy duck-ins like this. That's what you want. So you can check it out in slow motion here. How I did this was, after I ran a pick and fade with Blake Griffin and I got him the ball, the moment I see Blake catches it, I'm actually going to swipe the touchpad on the PS4 from right to left, which triggers a quick post-up. And for Xbox One users, you will need to use D-pad to trigger the quick post-up. So that's 2 buttons, but for PS4 users, that's just a swipe from the touchpad from right to left. And as you can see, I've called it here, and that's why DeAndre Jordan ducked in like that. That's how I triggered that ducked in animation with the quick post-up call. So same thing, pick and fade on the side. We get it to Blake, call a quick post up. You see how DeAndre ducked in? After Blake catches it, call that quick post up right away. And if you can, and if the spacing allows for it, make sure the big man is fading to the middle. So now I got Marcus Gasol fading to the middle. I call a quick post up. That's why Sebo ducked in. The only reason Sebo ducked in like that was because I was dribbling with Marcus Gasol while I swiped the touchpad to call a quick post up. Alright, no other way to trigger this. Same thing. I catch it with Mark and I call a quick post up right away, which leads to easy duck ins. And remember, have your power forward or the other big fading to the middle, catch, attack the paint, call a duck in. Watch DeAndre CO right there. That's a duck in, CO, dunk in flow motion cuts. Alright, so always make sure you're pick and fading from the side, catch it, quick duck in. DeAndre took a step in, that's why. Now, and if you can, if the fade is open, obviously take it, right? But if not, always dribble close to the free throw line. That would trigger the big to dive in with the quick post up. Easy standing dunks all day long. But obviously, if they give you the roll, right, take the roll. So don't always run the pick and fade. Also run some side pick and rolls because they're also very effective. As long as you do it in from the side or the wing like that in flow motion cuts, your power forward would get to his favorite spots, being able to shoot, being able to pass, and being able to roll and finish. No middle pick and rolls in this, alright? And that's a sexy jumper from Blake via Chris Paul diamond assist. So you see, we get it to Mark. This is the last clip. This is the manual branch of the flow motion cuts, and if there's a corner shooter, wing shooter, use it. Now, you still want to be in the middle of this offense, but if you're in the middle, don't run pick and roll. Wait it out and you will get these consistent branches. So there will be a pin down initially from the big to the wing. If the free is there, take it. So wait in the middle. If this pin down doesn't work, you get in the ball, no shoot. Hands off to the point guard, leads to a pick. Great side action, and these branches are always like this. If you wait it out in flow motion cuts, they're always like this. If you don't use the shot, they'll set you a screen. If the screen leads to nothing, there's an easy post up to Sebo. If nothing, there's a flare into a double off ball screen for the corner guy, which leads to another off ball screen, back to a handoff, into a baseline screen action. And that's the entire sequence. If there's nothing after that, you still have to work it around, but I'm just showing it to you in its entirety. You'll find something. So no middle pick and roll in flow motion cuts. If you're in the middle, just wait a second or two and you'll get these branches, handoff, side action, get it to the side, there's nothing, work it around. It's freelance, it's glorious 3-2 spacing, high-low action. We catch it in the deep post, work it back around. It is a little bit tight on space because it is a 3-2 kind of spacing, but if you got 2 bigs, it's crazy. So now I'm going to show you a gameplay of every flow motion score that I had against the Domination Lakers. Yes, I'm still grinding my diamond card and I'm almost there. And the 2 bigs we'll be using to feature will be Anthony Davis and Rick Smith against the all-time Lakers 1987. Oh my god. And obviously pace is a better and more efficient offense, but you stay big because you can play big on defense. The reason why this Flow Motion Cuts freelance is so important is because it allows you to play a huge lineup if the other guy's doing a big lineup. It gives you the ability to play a versatile power forward like Anthony Davis. And at the same time, it gets you offense. You see here, this is the pick and fade action to the middle. We drive it in, we see the corner shooter open, we swing it around. This offense really allows your multi-talented power forward to thrive, and you see I was in it for about 3 minutes at the beginning, and then I was in pace the rest of the way. Now I switched back to it to start the second half, and now they're giving AD these open mid-range jumpers, and the talented power forwards who can shoot can all hit these shots, right? So make sure you're running the pick and fade with the handler going to the baseline and the screener popping to the middle, because you want him to pop back in the middle so he can shoot, pass, drive, or do high lows. And once again, you play big in flow motion so you can have good rim protection on defense. And you see this is an entire sequence, so it leads to a pick and fade in flow motion from the middle, nothing, we get to the ball. And because it's always 3-2, there's always 1 big in there, so you can always work it back into the paint between 2 bigs. Here it is again. You see, we're doing great defense, holding them up to 47%-ish. We work it around in flow motion. If it leads to nothing, you see here, I go to the elbow area. You see, I call quick post up top right. Quick post up, I called it, which led to an easy dunk by Rick Smith, calling a quick post up in this freelance while the other big has the ball, and those duck-ins are nasty. And like I said, because of the freelance, we were able to get Anthony Davis, our power forward, the player of the game. So if you got 2 bigs running this, make sure you run this flow motion cuts with the duck in and with the middle branches. This is a big boy offense, fully ball to his max, and it is glorious. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. More coming out this weekend. I'll be focusing on teaching you guys how to play big mostly, because I've gone over playing small. So we'll be focusing on big man basketball for the next few clips, and this will benefit you small ball teams too, because sometimes you just gotta go big for defense. Alright, as always, thanks for coming by. I'll see all of you next time. Almost to the diamond card, wish me luck, almost there.